Here are some hand stretches which you can do to relieve the tension which sometimes comes into the hand from playing the violin too much. Now, a couple of summers ago, I was gigging probably 10 times a month, and I started to get some arthritic pain in my hand, and it got to the point where I was almost unable to play anymore, but I had all these gigs booked, so I had to do something about it. So what I realised was that my hand needed to do some yoga. So the first stretch that you can do, which really helps, is simply this, pulling the fingers back like that. And what this does here is it stretches out this side of the hand and the wrist. So if you are getting any compression here or any pain, this one's a really good one. Really stretch them back, and it also helps with flexibility, which is really good for the violin because especially in the bowing hand, flexible knuckles are the key to a good bow hold. When we hold the bow, we need to be able to flex the muscles like this. Not the muscles, sorry. We need to be able to flex the knuckles in order to have a good bow hold, because the bow is like a car and the hand is like the suspension system. So when we want to land on the violin, we need our suspension system to be like a set of springs. Now, springs are very flexible. So as you can see, the knuckle here often needs to invert, and that's not something that a lot of people naturally develop in their hand. However, if you're not stretching your hand out, then in a way you are kind of abusing the hand that does all this work for you. So we can do the backward stretches. You can go one finger at a time if you like, or you can do all of the fingers. I like to do all of them like this. I kind of push into the back with the thumb like that. And it should feel really good right up the arm, as though you're almost inverting the entire arm like that. And you should feel it right up here. Okay, another thing that you can do is to massage the knuckles like this. If you have some oil, that can be really handy. I often use hand cream when I do this, or a really deep nourishing one. I prefer a natural one, something with some sort of beeswax or something like that in, which really helps get in deep. If you don't have anything fancy like that, you can simply buy some coconut oil or some olive oil, ideally extra virgin, not something that's been mixed with something else. And really, or sesame oil is a good one as well, especially if you tend to get really dry hands or cold hands. That's a really good one. And then just simply press into the knuckle like that, and you should find automatically that causes the finger to push back. If you use the thumb there to kind of lead it like that, and you'll find all sorts of crackles and pops coming out. So this is a really good one. Now with the left hand, you can do the same exercises on both hands because it's good to have a balanced hand, but I noticed a lot of my students particularly find that their fingers tend to want to kind of cramp together. It's like they can't kind of be independent from each other. So obviously when you're playing the violin, you want the fingers to be as independent from each other as possible. If they have a tendency to stick together like this, or then it's going to be hard for you to reach the notes that you want to reach. So what do we do to resolve that then? This stretch is a really good one. You should feel a real nice stretch in that little bit there, which can kind of give the fingers a little bit of a break from each other. Yeah, okay. Obviously, practicing some independent finger movement like this as well. You can put your wrist flat on a table. I'll just do it here for now, and allow them to kind of move independently. That can be good too. And this is a really basic thing that you'll find that is taught at the very beginning of violin. Okay, so going back to this hand, again, really massaging into the palm of the hand, and getting out any knots and bubbles and cracks will really help. You can massage up the fingers as well, like this, sideways, this side, this side, both sides. You know, we have to take care of our hands if we're going to use our hands as much as we do as musicians, and we really need to respect our hands, otherwise they're going to run out of steam on us. And you know, this is your hands are your wealth. I believe, I can't remember, but there's a story about some celebrity which insured their hands for quite a lot of money. This is your insurance. Okay, think of anything else. Oh yeah, these ones here. So turning the wrists like this, just allowing them to release any sort of tension that's been in there, and massaging the wrists as well. That's a good one too. You can turn it that way. I mean, we've already done this one, but it's a good idea also to stretch that way a little bit, although you know this one tends to get quite a lot more action in our day-to-day life than this one, so it's not a bad idea. Again, going between the fingers like this, like this, like this, and like this can be really helpful. Anyway, I hope that's helped you. If you have any questions or any physical problems that are coming from playing the violin, I'd be happy to do videos on these, because I've been teaching for years, I've been playing professionally for years, nearly 10 years now, and I have had a lot of physical problems, a lot of tension in my body which always stopped me from playing, and I've healed myself. So I really want to share that with you guys now, because so many of my students that I teach have blockages in their progression which come from physical tension. I'll be doing some more videos in the future, so if you liked what I said today, please can you subscribe, and I'd love to get your feedback in the comments. That would be really awesome. And don't forget to like and share as well. Have a nice day. Thank you.